Welcome to Freshly Flanimated. It seems to be less known that magnet snapping can occur even if the symbols are not rigged in any way. As long as we have a magnet target placed inside one symbol, another symbol can snap to this magnet target, but it has to be within a certain range, and the default is 50 pixels. That is why we call it the 50 pixel range. So I'll start this demonstration by showing exactly this. Let's draw a rectangle and convert that to a symbol. I'll put it in outline mode and draw another symbol, just a smaller box, and I will convert this to a symbol as well. I'll re-register this one so that the reg point is somewhere here. Press Ctrl T to re-register it. Now I'll enter this larger rectangle and put a few magnet targets in it. I can create them with a shortcut or with the button here. So let's just create one and place it here, another one just here, and another one somehow close to the second one. I think these should be enough. I'll make sure that this layer is actually not guided so that we can see the magnet targets from the outside. Now we're on the main timeline. We can see the magnet targets placed within this larger rectangle, and I'll bring this smaller rectangle in proximity close to one of the magnet targets and execute Smart Magnet Joint. This command here. There you go. The symbol snapped. The shortcut key is tilde, and we can see that whenever we're close to one magnet target, the element will snap. If it's too far away and we execute the command, we get the warning that says there are no magnet targets within the 50 pixel range. What's the 50 pixel range? I've prepared here a little graphic that will show us what the 50 pixel range is. If the registration point of our symbol is outside of this range, we'll get the warning and nothing will happen. If we are within the range, it will snap. That's all. That's all about the 50 pixel range. Same here, if I place it just like this and put the element here, no snapping will occur. If I place it somewhere here, it will snap to this magnet target. If it's closer to the other one, it will snap to the other one. If we have multiple elements, let me just rotate this one 90 degrees so that we can distinguish them better. And if we place this element closer to this magnet target, it will snap to it. This is it. This is the 50 pixel range. We can adjust the range. Let me show you this as well. If you go to EDAP control panel and go to Smart Magnet Joint, this is where the 50 pixel range is set. Let's make it 60. No. Okay. Now if I'm close to the border but on the outside and press, it will snap because the range is now larger. Just one more example. If I go inside and put a magnet target in here and grab this other yellow box, bring it in proximity within the 60 pixel range and press the snap button, it will snap to this magnet target here. Another form of magnet snapping without rigging is when we would like to match the position of a registration point with a magnet target. In this case, we will want to have a center marker showing us exactly where the edge point in one symbol is. When we go in outline mode, we can see this. And from inside the other symbol, we create a magnet target. And we position this magnet target within the 50 pixel range of the center marker in the other symbol. Once it is within the 50 pixel range, we press the Smart Magnet Joint shortcut, and the magnet target is placed automatically over the center marker. So Smart Magnet Joint, and it's there. So this element here will snap precisely at this point. If we would like to match another point, we'll just move the element to a desired location and match this position of the magnet target from inside the larger symbol, put it close within the 50 pixel range and snap. Now, this is a rigged character. And the most common type of snapping, obviously, is snapping of children to their parents, like this. If we have a disassembled arm and we press Smart Magnet Joint, the arm will assemble magnetically. It does not really matter how far away the elements are, because they're rigged. They know who their parents are. So distances don't matter in this case. Hierarchy is clear and the elements will snap to the magnet target in their parent. In this case, if we select the hair, it's a child to the head. So pressing Smart Magnet Joint will snap the hair to the head. If I select the upper torso and then chain select all the elements, all of these are children to the upper torso and it's a child to the pelvic area. So everything will assemble magnetically. Less known is the fact that we can snap inversely. We can snap parents to their children. The shortcut for this kind of inverse snapping is Ctrl plus tilde. It goes like this. If I select this element, that will snap to its child. You can do this one element at a time. If you need to do more, you can, but the elements have to belong to the same chain. We can't really select everything and snap it to this hand here. If I try to do so, we'll get a warning that it doesn't work like this. So how does it work? Well, as I said, it has to be elements belonging to the same chain, and this is not enough. I'll have to include the hand here. So it's clear that we have a child, or the lowest ranking element, in this chain, and then I'll press Ctrl and tilde, and these elements will snap there. Now we can do that for the other chains as well. This time it will have to be, in this case, with the head, it will be a forward snapping. With these guys, it will be a forward snapping. With this element, it will be a snap to the child. And now for all these, it will really be normal forward snapping. So this is another option. You can snap parents to children by using the Ctrl plus tilde shortcut. Welded elements are kind of special because they always follow their parent when clicked with Kineflex, or if they're hard welded, the parent will follow the welded child. In this case, the welded child is the back part of this skirt. And what is specific about welded elements is that they can be two-step snapping. When the welding is done, the rotation is also recorded and becomes a part of the snapping. if a welded element is rotated either accidentally or temporarily, we can, with the first snap its position, and with the second snap, we'll snap its rotation. If it's already in position and we only rotate it temporarily, the first snap will restore its rotation in relation to its parent. So you can always restore the relative rotation of the child element in relation to the parent element at the moment of welding. Now let's look at IK effectors. By default, when we move an effector with Kineflex and drop it, it will snap to its controlled element. But it is possible when we change keyframes to have a situation where effectors are away from their elements. If an effector is selected and we press the Smart Magnet Join shortcut, all effectors will snap to their controlled elements. This can also be achieved by simply hiding and showing the effectors. The effectors have a no snap property, which we can control from effector properties. If we activate it for one of these effectors, this one will not snap. If the property is again deactivated, the effector will snap. On top of this, we can move the whole figure to an effector, just like this. Select an effector and press the Move Solve button. The whole figure will move to the effector. The selection does not need to be the effector, it can be any of the two elements in the chain, so either of these will work. And finally, we can inverse snap to an effector if we have, for example, let me just show you the difference between these two things. If we, for example, have something like this, where some elements are not exactly positioned over their magnet targets, this will move to the effector, while executing Smart Magnet Joint will make sure that these will also snap to their magnet targets and the pose will change. So in most cases, you probably wouldn't want to do this. You would want to use move rather than snap. And finally, there are two commands which allow you to snap the transformation points of a group over the registration points of the elements in this group. So these are the Smart Transform Point clockwise and counterclockwise. You don't really need to have a rigged structure to use these, but let's select a bunch of symbols with the Q tool and press the shortcuts for these commands. You can see how the point jumps over the reg points of these four elements. Pressing the other shortcut will just cycle them in the opposite direction. Let's select another bunch, just these. This will allow you to transform the group based on any of these points. So this is another form of snapping, although we're not snapping elements, we're snapping transformation points. And finally, very well known, Make Adaptable allows you to snap the transformation points of symbols over the reg points of said symbols. So I'll just randomly move them away. You can easily do this manually, of course, by double clicking the transformation point, but Make Adaptable allows you to do this automatically, choosing the second option, snap transformation points back over registration points. It's okay. There you go. This helps to fix broken classic twins or just accidentally misplaced transformation points.
Freshly Flanimated.